Hi there. Um, this is the last Final Finds video of 2018. Uh, as you can see, the Christmas tree is right where I normally shoot my videos, so I'm a little bit pushed to the side. Doesn't matter. Um, anyway, everyone who's subscribed and watched and commented, thank you so much for this wonderful year. I have a Merry Christmas and a very, very happy 2019. Um, I got a big stack of records, so I'm gonna get straight ahead. I got one new record starting the video, and I got one new item ending the video. And in between, there's thrift store finds and some online purchases, secondhand online purchases. Starting off with a 7-inch. This is, I hope you can read it. I don't think so. This is Stargard with Love is So Easy, which is an okay track, but I really love the B-side, which is Three Girls. So Stargard, good, funky, spacey disco. Um, I said I started with a new vinyl, didn't I? That was a 7-inch, doesn't matter. This is the new release by Brut. Yeah, what to say about this? This is a 4-piece, as you can see. They're jazz musicians. This is their album Phi or Five in Roman numerals. It is their 5th album. And I really like what's on here, but maybe it's because the quality of the vinyl isn't that good, or my son was screaming out loud throughout the room, so I couldn't hear the music correctly, but it didn't sound that great. It sounded kind of muffled. Um, it is beautiful vinyl. I hope you can see. Yeah, you can see it. It's white and it's got this white smoke in there. It's a beautiful pressing, I have to say. I mean, it looks beautiful, but I don't know what it sounds like because I don't think it sounds that great. They changed pressing plans between their last album and this one. The previous album was released in conjunction with Music on Vinyl. This one isn't. So I don't know where this was pressed, but maybe it's, like I said, the noise around this album that made it kind of impossible for me to really hear if it was good or not. This is Masada with, and this is a terrible title to pronounce, Astaganaga. 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 Um, this is the glorious, colorful gatefold, and this is the inside. Um, this is from 1978. They're a Dutch group. More fun side note is that this group was, well, they lived in the same village I used to live in a couple of years back still. Um, so yeah, they they were locals for me at the time. This is the label. Yeah, what kind of music is it? It's very much like Santana, but more Indonesian. These guys are originally from Indonesia, to be more precise, the island of the Molucca. Um, it's a really long story to explain why they kind of came to Holland. It's too difficult. It's a political thing. Let's just call it that. And this is their debut album, and it is very much, like I said, like Santana. It's got a little funkiness. It's got a little world type music in it. This is a really interesting record. You can find this really, really cheap at thrift stores and what have you not. Then we got Sheila E. This is In Romance 1600. Her album from 1985. It's co-written one track with Prince, That's a Love Bizarre, and that is also the reason why I didn't quite like it when I had the CD version, because that song, the vinyl, the LP version, goes on for about 13 minutes. It's a little overkill. But yeah, it's Sheila E. I mean, everybody knows Sheila E. And it's a good album, just not a great album. Here we have Rogier van Otterlo with Visions. This is his first album, I believe, as a jazz musician, jazz composer. It's on CBS, 1974. This is an oddity because it goes all over the place. It has a little bit of jazz funk. It has a little bit of normal jazz. It has a little bit of cheesy listening. It has guest artists like Toots Thielemans and Thijs van Leer. Thijs van Leer of Focus. He's on here. There's 2 tracks to be precise that are pretty funky. That is the first track on side 1 called Help and Munich 74. Those are funky. Otherwise, meh. It's a fun record and again a cheap record. You see this one really often at thrift stores. Next one is I need to glue it. Let's just say it's not in the best of shape. The vinyl is pretty good, but in good shape. But I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. This is the Peter Thomas Sound Orchestra, and Peter Thomas is a guy who I kind of follow, and everything he does I tend to pick up, or he did, because I don't think he makes music anymore. That's based solely on a soundtrack he did in 1964 called Space Patrol, or Raumpatrouille. That was one of the first exercises in Moog music combined with space music, and it's for a space TV series. And he did a lot of albums, solo albums like this, which are non-soundtrack. And I don't know what to do with this. The thing is, I like the fun and joy that he puts into these covers, because they're all covers, as you can see. It's got Lady Madonna, it's got Cinderella Rockefeller, it's got Bonnie and Clyde, which is not Serge Gainsbourg's Bonnie and Clyde, and it's got Delilah Valeri, which I have no, or those are 2 tracks actually. Anyway, he puts a lot of joy, fun, and originality in these covers, with lots of Moog and lots of Hammond and lots of crazy sounds, but it doesn't really work for me. So I don't know what to do with this. Might keep it, might get rid of it. Another one which needs a little glue is this one. This is a compilation by Billy Preston and Sarita. As you can see, it's a former library copy. There you are. It's called The Most Beautiful Songs. And it's kind of weird. I mean, it's labeled as a compilation by Billy Preston and Sarita, just tracks by them. No, it's tracks by them, by Billy, and by Sarita solo. So you get a lot of different songs. You get songs that Sarita did with Stevie Wonder. You get Billy Preston tracks, and it's a couple of really big songs and a lot of really cheesy songs. But I like this one. I like Billy Preston, so can't go wrong with that. Then we got this Eartha Kitt album. This is Songs, 2 LP set. As you can see here, it's a odd color on RCA. It's sort of this aquamarine color. Lots of tracks, as you can see. Vocal jazz. Interesting. I mean, I like Eartha. So there you are. Still showing thrift store records. Really, like thrift store records like this one. This is the Pointer Sisters Energy, which is from 1978. Sort of a pop rock disco mix, which is okay. I mean, it's not a great album. It's got Fire on it, which is a cover from Bruce Springsteen. And the rest is kind of like, This one I also picked up at the same thrift. This is the soundtrack to Diva. This has been shown in the vinyl community, the early parts of the vinyl community, a lot, and now I found a copy for $1. I have not listened to this one yet. It's a soundtrack. It's sort of weird and crazy. It's on Milan. It's got opera on it, and it's got rock on it, and it's got everything on it. It's from a movie. I don't think I've seen the movie. Up next, 2 records I got from an online seller. Paid a good price for it. Let's just say that. This is Minnie Riperton, Perfect Angel, 1974. In really, really good shape. This one has Loving You. And this one is, I'm on Instagram and a lot of people show this record. So I was interested and picked it up, and I like Loving You. So decided to give it a shot. Same goes for this one. This is her 1975 album called Adventures in Paradise, the one with the lion. This is a Dutch pressing. The other one is the US pressing. Comes in a lyric gatefold or lyric inner sleeve. It's for a Dutch release, it's pretty thick cardboard, which is kind of odd because mostly they're flimsy. But this is in really, really good shape. So glad I picked those 2 up. Then 4 more thrift store finds in a one giant ass album box thing. First up, it's Luis Henrique with Baralimpa. And Luis Henrique is a Brazilian musician, sort of a bossa nova artist. So you get this Verve release. This is a German pressing, and it's bossa nova jazz. You get Masquenada and what more? Tracks by Antonio Carlos Jobim, Jorge Ben. So it's that kind of thing. Still need to play this, but I always like bossa nova, and the Verve label is pretty cool. This is a record I decided to pick up. It was a $1. This is T-Set T5. It's a compilation album featuring lots of 60s tracks, early 70s tracks. As you can see here, see, it's a $1. Yeah, they're a 60s Dutch beat group. This is on Negram. So I decided to give this a shot. I don't know if I'm going to like this. We'll see. Then I picked up this one, which I thought was really interesting. This is Jackie Gleason with Music for Lovers Only. Originally came out in 1953, 50 something, I don't know. I really don't know. But anyway, this is a reissue from 1977. It's got this really cool Capitol inner sleeve. And I still need to listen to this. Like all my records, actually. But yeah, sort of bachelor pad, jazz, lounge, whatever. Interesting. But this one, I'm stoked with. This is Osibisa with Woyaya from 1971 originally. This is their 1977 Dutch reissue. Hope you can see it without me knocking over the Christmas tree. This was, again, $1.50, this one. There you are. Osibisa, again, labeled as a sort of a Santana type band, but more African and more groovy and more funky. So, stoked. Roger Dean cover. What else can you want in a record? Last record I got, quickly going to show this one. It's a big item. It's this. A new release by Super Furry Animals. No, it's not a new album. It's not new music, but it's a box filled with music. Mostly BBC sessions. It's called Super Furry Animals at the BBC. It's limited. Hope you can see it. 500 copies. I think this is the one with 500. They kind of made a little crazy thing. They had super limited edition ones with a bonus disc. And then they got the limited edition one. And then somehow the limited edition one got a second run, which was kind of a bummer for a lot of people. This is a little bonus thing that came with it. I'm going to show it. It looks disgusting, I have to say. It's hair. Not real hair. As the cover suggests, it's all hair on the cover as well. Somewhere in the 90s, I don't know what year, the Super Furry Animals released a video for a track, and that featured them or one of the guys in a Yeti suit. And that is, this in here is hair from that particular suit, which is pretty cool. So that's basically what you get, a little piece of hair. Then you get 4 LPs. They look similar, but they're all different. See, it's subtle the difference. Anyway, there's the vinyl. And it's all tracks from BBC sessions that they did. John Peel, things like that. Evening sessions. And more. I have no clue. I'm not English, so I don't know. Again, John Peel session here. So this is pretty cool. It goes up to 2001. And it's released on a label, by the way, called, what is the label's name? Strange Town Records. Now, that's 4 LPs I just shown. This is a 5th sleeve, which has information on the tracks that supposedly were on the extra bonus disc that you got. It looks like I got the bonus disc. No, I didn't. I did get something cool though. It's this print, Super Furry Animals print. And I decided to put that in a extra sleeve, which is cool. I mean, it's not this killer, super exclusive things that they put in here, except for the little piece of hair. Here you got the little write-up, which spells SFA, Super Furry Animals. That's funny. Didn't know that. And then here we have the track listing. So that's lots of music, over 2 hours, 2.5 hours of music. If I don't have time to listen to Jackie Gleason, I don't think I have much time to listen to this, but I'll be giving this a spin, and I'm sure I'm going to love it because I love Super Furry Animals. And for those who don't know who the Super Furry Animals are, check them out on YouTube. They're a Britpop group, and they're my favorite Britpop group. Anyway, thank you for watching. It's almost 20 minutes. Jeez. See you next year. Bye-bye.